Hello everyone, welcome to my channel C.S.E-Pathshala. We were studying about Python for machine learning and data science, and in this tutorial we will study about three-dimensional contour plots using Matplotlib. So we will use ax.contour 3D function to create three-dimensional contour plot or level plot. As we know that in contours we are having xy plane and we used to plot the z-axis points, and these are according to the levels as we are just calculating like a depth. So it requires all the input data to be in the form of a two-dimensional regular grids with the z data evaluated at each point. So two-dimensional regular grid means we are having xy plane, and here the point to be calculated is of z. So in this case we will be showing a three-dimensional contour diagram of a three-dimensional sinusoidal function. So let's consider a code and then we will understand how to plot 3D contours. From MPL underscore toolkits import mplot3d. So in the previous tutorials also we have seen that if we want to plot 3D graphs or 3D figures, we need to import mplot3d. For that we have been already available MPL underscore toolkits in our Matplotlib library. Then we are importing numpy as np, that means we are having a numpy library or package for having operations on multi-dimensional arrays, and we are using np as a alias to it. Then we are importing matplotlib.pyplot as plt, that means we are using a module matplotlib and a submodule pyplot of it, and here we will take plt as an alias to pyplot. Then we are defining a function here, and function is been written as fxy. Then we are returning a value of np.sin, np.square root of x square plus y square. So we will be having the values of x and y. We will calculate the square of it. Then after performing addition of these two, we will take the square root, and this will be given as an input to the sine function, and sine function will calculate the respective values. So here after defining a function, we are calculating the values of x and y. These are x equal to np dot line space minus 6 to plus 6 30. So what does this mean? Here we are taking three arguments, that means that minus 6 is the starting argument, starting point, and plus 6 is the ending point. So from starting to ending we are taking 30 numbers. So here these three arguments means minus 6 is the start, plus 6 is the end, and in between minus 6 to plus 6 we are taking 30 numbers, and respectively we did same for y also. That means y equal to np dot line space minus 6 plus 6 and 30. Then we are performing or creating a mesh grid. So mesh grid has been created like this: x comma y np dot mesh grid xy. So what does this mean? See, mesh grid is been like a grid format structure which will be having, in x we have taken minus 6 to plus 6, that means it is having minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it is having 13 elements, and y is also having minus 6 to plus 6, that means 13 elements. So the total number of points which we can plot in a mesh grid is 13 into 13 elements. So here we will perform a mesh grid, that means it will be an xy plane, and the points to be created here will be 13 cross 13, and then we are taking z as a function of x and y. So when your x and y values has been formed, when your mesh grid has been formed, then we will be calculating the values of z. And then the next thing is we are plotting the figure. So fig equal to plt dot figure, and we did seen this in the previous tutorial also, that figure is a class and it is used to build a figure for a respective problem. So the next thing is we will plot the axis to this particular figure. So here we are given as ax equal to plt dot axis projection equal to 3D. So this means that obviously we need to plot a 3D figure. So here we have given projection equal to 3D. So if we are adding axis to the above figure, we will be adding 3 axes, that is x, y and z. So it's a 3D figure. Then the next thing is obviously we have to draw a 3D contour. So the main function which we are using here is ax.contour 3D. So in the previous tutorials we did see that if you want to create a line, then we are using ax.line 3D. If we need to plot a scatter plot, then we are using ax.scatter 3D. Here we need to build a contour. So contour we have to write as ax.contour 3D. X, Y, Z, these are the values respectively for X, Y and Z. We are taking 50 numbers here, and here the color which we will give as a binary or in a form of a grayscale. And the next thing is we are setting up the label values. So label for the figure has been set by X. The statement is ax.set underscore X label, that is X, ax.set underscore Y label, that is Y, ax.set underscore Z label is Z. And then we are giving a title to our figure by ax.set underscore title 3D contour. And finally we are plotting the show. So here we are writing a statement plt.show. So let's save this code and run this code. The output represents a 3D contour, and here we have taken the value of z. These are the values of z. These are respectively -6 to +6, and again -6 to +6. These are the values of x and y. And with respect to these x and y values, that means what we have done, we have calculated the square root of the square of x and y sum, and then we have given them in a form of a sine function. So after calculating all these values, these are represented by z-axis, and obviously the color of the contour is in form of a binary. That means it's like a grayscale, or we just say it's like black and white. Okay, so this is how a contour has been formed, and obviously it's a 3D figure. So that's all for this tutorial related to plotting of 3D contour using Matplotlib. We will come up with more informative tutorials on Matplotlib. Thanks for watching. Kindly do subscribe to my channel.